Hello, my name is Pat Schemmel. Having worked in human resources for over 17 years, it never ceases to amaze me how many people lack basic job hunting skills. In this video, we'll teach you some of the fundamentals of writing a resume and looking for a job by peeking into the lives of a couple of applicants and an instructor who helps them. Be sure to watch the bottom of your screen to see exactly which topic is being reviewed. Then, after watching the video, there are other features of the package that will help you apply what you've learned. I hope the information provided will help you get well on your way to finding that perfect job. Now, let's watch.
Hi, I see you're looking for a job. Been out here long?
About a month. You know, I've tried to get a job, but with the economy right now, I just don't understand it. I just graduated college. I got okay grades and I have decent work history. There must be no jobs out there.
You know, it might be something about your approach. What's your name?
Paul.
Hi, Paul. You got a resume?
I'm sure I do.
If you don't mind, maybe I can take a look at it, give you some pointers. You got it with you? I think this needs a little bit of work. Would you like to go to my workshop?
Okay. Whoa, that is way cool.
Okay, let's get to your resume. Now, the sign didn't work out real well. We need to understand what you write a resume for.
Trying to get a job?
No, not exactly. What you're trying to do is get an interview. Trying to get the employer to notice you and want to talk to you.
Okay, but how do I do that?
To start, let's get into the head of the interviewer.
Wow, that's...
Big? I know. I just put it in a week ago. Okay, back to the interviewer. An HR person looks at dozens of resumes every day. They don't look at any one for very long, so you have to catch their attention. Bullet points are very eye-catching and convey information quickly. Use at least 12-point font. Your resume needs to be easily adaptable so it can be custom fit for each job for which you apply. Most importantly, keep it short and sweet.
But what all do I include in my resume?
Well, first we need to start with personal information. Your name, address, phone number. Make sure you double check it though. A lot of people don't do that. It'd be terrible if the employer really liked you and didn't have a way to get a hold of you. First is your full name.
Paul Leo. Do I want to include my email address and cell phone number?
It's not a bad idea. If you want them to use your cell phone as the primary number, you should put that at the top. But make sure you have good coverage or voicemail. And make sure that your voicemail or answering machine message is professional and appropriate. Let's take a listen to yours.
Dude, what's happening? You obviously got my voicemail, which means I'm probably partying. Leave a message, and when I'm done dancing with the ladies, I'll get back to you.
Interesting, but not exactly professional or appropriate. Unless you want to become a professional beach bum. Let's try something else.
Hi, you have reached Paul's voicemail. I'm sorry I missed your call, but if you leave your name, phone number, and a brief message, I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thank you. Wow, thanks.
No problem. Next, we need to get to the objective.
I want a job. I got bills to pay, you know?
Well, I know that. And so do the employers. But what kind of job? Do you want to be in sales?
No, I got a computer degree.
Computer networking? Computer programming? Do you have experience in the field, or are you entry level?
I'm starting to get the idea.
Seeking a full-time position in the medical field using my education and training to serve the elderly community.
Desire a part-time entry-level position in the field of broadcast journalism.
Computer network engineer seeking full-time employment with growth potential into management. Do I always have to put an objective?
Not necessarily, but it's a really good way to focus your resume. I'm looking for an entry-level position, or I'm looking for a position that will lead to management. This is also a great place to customize your resume for particular jobs.
I think I understand.
Next is the work experience. What kind of jobs have you had?
See, there is the problem. I don't have any experience in the field. How am I ever supposed to look good on my resume if all I've ever done is wait tables?
Waiting tables is a job, and that's a start. Shows that you can show up on time and that you're a hard worker. Have you ever been promoted or recognized in the job?
I did get Employee of the Month once. But still, that's not experience in the field that I'm trying to get hired into.
Well, this is a good example of where you wouldn't necessarily put experience at the top of your resume. Let's take a look.
Here's Lisa's resume. She's trying to get a job working for an after-school program tutoring in junior high. Lisa doesn't have a teaching degree, and most of her work experience is as an office receptionist. But she has done volunteer work with children. Volunteer work should go first, then her work experience, highlighting interpersonal and organizational skills. Next, we have Bill's resume. Since there's little room for advancement at his current job, he wants to find work elsewhere in his field. He does not have a college degree and no volunteer experience. However, he has multiple years of relevant work experience. He should put this first and make sure to mention his leadership role on specific projects. From his research, he knows international clients are a major source of growth for the company in which he is interested. Under education, he can mention the recent training seminar he attended, which focused on that. Whatever is at the top of your resume is what the person reading it will remember. Make that count.
That's great, but how does that help me? I haven't had time to volunteer. I've been too busy with class requirements. Really, I think the only thing I have going for me is my education.
Well, that's why you're going to want to list your education first. And include like extracurricular activities or internships, anything that fits with the job you're trying to get. Also, look at your work experience for anything that covers a lot of different jobs. Customer service, detail-oriented, ability to multitask. Make sure you take a look at certifications you might have gotten, anything that'll make you stand out. So, work on typing that up and see what you can come up with.
Thank you for helping me with this.
No problem. That's what I do.
Could you type that up for me?
Sure.
Thanks.
Oh, Pat, I have a friend who's having trouble finding a job. Do you have any advice for her?
Oh, sure. Probably the most important thing would be to make sure that she does her homework beforehand. That means she should call the company before she ever sends in her cover letter and a resume. Find out all she can about the position and who's hiring for the position. In doing so, she'll hear some key phrases not only about the position, but about the kind of candidate they're looking to fill that position. Then she can use those key phrases in her cover letter and her resume and get an edge up on the competition.
Okay, thanks.
You're welcome. Good luck to your friend.
There we go. Finally finished my resume. Now I'm all set to get the job of my dreams.
Not yet, Lisa. Oh, sorry to scare you.
What else might I be missing?
The cover letter. You need a cover letter to get them to read your resume.
So if I write a cover letter to get them to read my resume, and I have the resume in order to get an interview, when do I actually try to get a job?
Oh, we'll talk about that later. The cover letter needs to be a business letter format. You're going to start with your name and your address, and the company name and address, and attention to the name of the HR person or the person in the department who's going to be doing the actual interviewing and hiring. Try to find out their name, give them a call. If you can't find it out, then address it to whom it may concern. Next, a cover letter typically has 3 parts. The first part is where you're going to tell them where you found out about the job and what position you're actually applying for.
This letter is in response to your advertisement in the Hometown Tribune for a tutoring assistant.
Very good. Now you need to bring attention to the specific things that make you qualified for the job. You also need to explain any irregularities in your resume, gaps in the employment record, like if you took a 6-month travel of Europe or if you had an extended illness. Also focus on keywords that were in the advertisement, but put them in your own words.
My experience volunteering with Children of America has given me a passion for working with the middle school age group. This, along with my organizational and planning proficiency gained at my current job, would provide a unique combination of skills and experience to bring to tutoring at Glenview.
Good. Finally, the last paragraph is going to thank them for reading your cover letter and encourage them to read your resume. Be positive and expect them to call you.
Thank you for taking the time to review my attached resume. I will call within the next week to verify receipt of this letter and answer any additional questions you may have.
Good job. It's good that you put a time frame that you were going to call them back. Now make sure you do it.
Sincerely, Lisa Smith. Thanks so much for... He's always doing that.
Cover letters are like mini interviews. Resumes are good for showing biographical information, such as where you've worked, where you went to school, and so forth. Cover letters give you a chance to start to flush out the skeleton of your resume. Like Lisa, your first paragraph tells the company which position you are applying for. In larger organizations, this is much more important than you realize. The HR person might have 10, 20, or more open positions. To make your cover letter even shorter, consider just putting the subject line in. The second paragraph is the meat of the cover letter. This might actually require 2 paragraphs, but keep it brief. That is the most important thing. You do not want a novel. So how do you know what you should put there? Well, first, look at the ad to see what they say about the job. Do you need special skills, certifications, or knowledge of particular equipment? For example, if typing is required, this may be a good place to state your words per minute. Second, do your research. Sometimes they will have more information about the opening on their website. Also, don't forget that initial phone call. Third, look for things that show that you know how to do the job. Don't limit yourself to on-the-job activities. Also look for extracurricular or volunteer opportunities that you've had in the past. But be specific. Don't just say, I was Lions Club president. Instead, say something like, my time as Lions Club president has given me managerial skills which will be beneficial to this job. This is the kind of information that's often buried deep in the resume. The cover letter is how you bring it out and highlight it. Finally, spell check. And have somebody proofread it if possible. Many times resumes and cover letters are often overlooked simply because of a spelling or grammatical error.
Great. My resume is done, and I know how to write a cover letter. Just don't have any company information to put in it. You know, he never did actually tell me how to get a job.
I was just waiting for you to finish.
Where did you come from?
Did you check in the newspapers?
No.
What about online job search sites or job hunting firms? First, we're going to need a newspaper. Okay, and some scissors. Now we need to find the classifieds, like this. You're going to find the job you want, cut out the ad, and then when we get it cut out, we're going to put it into a sheet of paper so we can write notes on it as we do the job hunt. But a newspaper really isn't the best place to look for a job. Make sure you check because you never know what you're going to find. But there are better solutions.
Like what?
Well, online job search sites are really good. You can search for jobs, you can post your resume, and you can contact employers. A lot of employers are using the internet now. There are also some state-funded talent banks now too, which employers like to use because they're free. You can also check out this website for more information if you want. There's also job search firms.
What are those?
Job hunting firms are businesses that are, in the business of finding you a job. There are general ones, and then there's specialized ones like medical careers, computer jobs, creative jobs. You want to find one that specializes in the area you're looking for. But be careful, don't use them if they're going to charge you to finding you a job. The good ones always charge the employer.
Wow, I never knew there were so many different ways to find a job.
You got to play the numbers game. You want to get your resume in the hands of as many employers as possible. And I didn't even tell you about the best way to find a job, networking. You want to start with people you know. Tell them that you're looking, but talk to anybody anywhere. Let them know you're in a job search. Tell them about your skills and your abilities, and listen. Listen for connections to people that are in the field that you're looking for. And remember, like most important things in life, finding and keeping a good job is about building good relationships with other people.
Okay, he says I need a portfolio to take with me to the interview. I already printed out multiple copies of my resume. I have copies of my certifications and some of the best examples of my past work. Now I just need something to put all this stuff in. Here we go.
Hi, did you find everything okay?
Yes, I did, thank you.
Talk to anybody, anywhere.
You have a nice selection of binders here. I'm planning to put my job portfolio in that one.
Oh, where do you work?
Well, I'm actually looking for a job right now. I just graduated from college, and I'm looking for a job in computer networking.
My uncle, he owns a computer consulting company. And I know he's looking for someone to help him out right now. He has more clients than he knows what to do with, but he hasn't put his ad in the paper yet.
Maybe I could send him my resume. Where does he work at?
Here, let me write it down.
Thank you.
References.
Oh, man, I forgot to do my references. I think I have a list here somewhere. Colleagues, subordinates, suppliers and clients, volunteer committees, pro bono clients. Well, I did help Robert that one time with his computer. And I have a great relationship with the manager at the restaurant I used to work at. This won't be as hard as I thought.
Hey Sandy, how are you?
Not bad, Lisa. Hey, did you get the flyer about all the new programs we're doing at Children of America?
Yeah, it sounds really interesting. I had such a great time being able to volunteer, and you've been a great director.
Hey, thanks. We really have appreciated your help. You have a special gift for working with children and have always gone beyond the call of duty to help out. So how's the job hunting going?
Really good. And actually, I was wondering if you were willing to be one of my references?
Yeah, I'd love to.
Great.
References are usually done as an afterthought. This is a big mistake. You want to make sure your references are prepared. Don't ask a relative. Make sure it's somebody you've dealt with professionally who can attest to your strength. Call them up. Ask their permission to use them as a reference. At this point then, they can talk to you a little bit about the position and you can answer any questions that they might have. Also, consider asking your references to write a letter of recommendation. First, you know what's in it then. Secondly, you put it in your portfolio and you have it with you at the interview. And thirdly, references will take more time thinking about what they're going to say than they will in a phone interview. Always drive by the location for your interview ahead of time. This way you know how to get there, how long it takes, where you can park, and if there's any construction or anything else that would slow you down on your route. When dressing for an interview, you need to look professional. For men, do not wear nail polish or jewelry. other than a watch, ring, or tie clip. Be well groomed, clean shaven, or if you have a beard, make sure it's neatly trimmed. A suit should be worn if appropriate for the work site. A dark colored suit is best, such as navy, black, or gray. Wear dark colored socks and shoes. A good rule of thumb is to dress one step above what you would be expected to wear if you get the job. Women need to wear conservative clothing. In this case, less really is, well, less. Nothing tight or revealing. Wear neutral tones. Bright colors should only be used as an accent. Hair should be neat and clean. Makeup should be natural, not bright or overdone. Limit jewelry to simple and tasteful pieces. Both men and women should wear little or no scent. You never know when the interviewer may be allergic. The impression you want to leave is of who you are, not how you smell.
Hi, my name's Paul Leo. I'm here for a 3:30 interview with Pat Schemmel.
Okay, Paul. Have a seat and I'll call you back when she's ready.
Thank you.
Always arrive early. Treat everyone you meet with the same politeness that you will give the actual interviewer.
Hi, my name's Paul. What's your name?
My name is Wilbur.
And what position are you interviewing for?
I don't know. Just to work here. Maybe. If they want me. But I have to go to the bathroom.
Hi, my name's Paul.
Somebody just say something?
Yeah, my name's Paul.
Oh, cool, dude. Let's do this.
These may be your future coworkers. Many people arrive at the interview unprepared. Yet, even during your wait, you still have a chance to shine.
Mr. Pace, your 2 p.m. interview is here.
Terrific. Send her in. You must be Lisa. Glad to have you here. I'm Andrew Pace.
Nice to meet you.
You can have a seat at the end of the table. So, tell me a little bit about yourself.
Well, I love working with kids, especially during the middle school years.
This is a common important interview question. Sell yourself. Use your answer to show how your personal traits, skills, and experiences fit the position.
I'm really a very big people person, and I love putting creativity into my work.
Okay. Well, I see that you don't have any experience working in a school setting. What experience do you have working in a position like this?
When I worked as a receptionist, I helped develop...
You need to show how you are qualified. Know what they are looking for. Use experiences you have had to show how you have the skills for the job.
It seems like your program skills will really come in handy, but working with kids and dealing with parent complaints can be really stressful. How do you deal with stress?
First of all, stay calm.
Every job has stress. Can you still perform? Once again, stories speak the loudest. Tell of a time when you were in a stressful situation and how you handled it well.
Okay, sounds good. What are some of your weaknesses?
Probably, I'd have to say my weakness is writing.
Always have a weakness. No one's perfect. But also be able to show how you're working to improve in that area.
Communications class at our local community college.
Well, thank you very much for coming down today, Lisa. We're going to be reviewing some other applicants this week, but we'll get back to you. Do you have any other questions?
Yes, I heard that you recently had a board meeting.
Have at least one question to ask that further demonstrates your knowledge of the company. This is not the time to ask about money.
No, actually, that's something that you would help to finalize along with 2 other teachers.
Great, I was actually looking for an opportunity to be able to work with the other teachers. Touch base with the material before we actually give it to the students.
All right, well, thank you so much for your interest. You can see yourself out, and we'll get back to you soon.
Thank you so much. Could I have a card?
This contact information will help you when you write your thank you letters.
So, tell me, what makes you more suited for this position than the last person I interviewed?
Well, am I glad you're here?
Having a little trouble?
I don't know who the last person was, let alone how I'm better.
Well, after your research, you obviously can answer the question just by impressing her with your knowledge of the company.
Research, oh yeah.
Well, first you were supposed to check out the website of the company. Then do an internet search and look for news articles about the company. Then, when you're waiting in the waiting room, look around for brochures about the company. Not only that, but you can also find out about other good job opportunities while doing the research.
What do you mean?
Well, as you do your research, you're going to find out about other companies in the same field. Give them a cold call. You never know when you're going to find out about positions that haven't been posted yet, and you'll be one up on the competition. If nothing else, at least you're going to build contacts for when you do get a job. This is more of that networking we talked about before. Here, let's take a look.
Okay, I know what to say now. Thanks.
Okay. See ya.
So, tell me, what makes you more suited for this position than the last person I interviewed?
Well, I know that you operate on Linux operating systems.
Don't let a tough question unnerve you. It is okay to pause a moment to think. This is where your research is vital. Throughout the interview, look for ways to set yourself apart from the crowd.
That is helpful. So what else do you bring to the position?
While I don't have any on-the-job experience in computers,
When asked an open-ended question, don't ramble. Answer the question clearly and then stop. Wait for the interviewer to continue, or if they don't, ask if you've answered the question clearly.
to help Advantage Solutions to stay competitive in their market.
Good, good. Do you have any children?
Right now, I'm more interested.
Interviewers are not allowed to ask questions about religious background, marriage status, and personal things. You can answer it or draw the interviewer back to talking about the job.
What type of opportunities for growth are there within this position?
I'm glad you asked that question.
Hello again.
Oh, hi. How'd it go?
Wonderful. I just wanted to thank you for directing me to the right office. Mrs. Schemmel didn't have any business cards with her. Would you happen to have an extra one?
Sure.
Never underestimate how much respecting all office staff can improve your chances. Don't make the mistake of thinking even the receptionist is below you.
Pat? I gave Paul one of your business cards. Yes, I thought he was very friendly too.
So how'd your interview go?
It went great. I guess now all I have to do is wait.
Nope, got another thing to do.
What's that?
The thank you letter. The thank you letter is where you thank the company for taking the time for doing an interview with you. It's going to be like the cover letter, have basically 3 paragraphs. In the first paragraph, you thank them for taking the time. The second paragraph is the important one. This is where you find something in the interview that really touched you to show them that you were engaged.
Such as?
Well, I really like the fact that you're a team-playing organization, or you like the fact that they feel that education is important. The third paragraph is where you set up the expectation that they're going to call you back. And if they don't call you back, call them back in a week, and then periodically after that. If they fill the position, it's not a bad idea to ask them why they chose the other person over you, and then tell them that you're still interested in the company if another position opens up. You never know when a go-getter attitude is going to help you find another position down the road.
Sounds good.
Hello?
Hi, Lisa?
Yes?
Hi, this is Mr. Pace. I'm calling because, after reviewing all the applicants, we've decided to offer you the job.
Wonderful!
When offered a job, make sure to ask all the questions you can. Things like wages, time off policies, etc. Do your research ahead of time to see what type of pay scale you can expect for the position in your area. If they ask you for a salary amount, always give a range, not a number. Even if you know you want the job, always ask for at least 24 hours to consider the offer. It is easy to make an emotional decision without thinking through your options fully. Congratulations on the job.
Thank you so much for all of your help.
I knew you could do it. Just took a positive attitude.
I just have one more question for you.
Go ahead, shoot.
How do you do that snapping thing?
You know, I think I'm late for my vacation. Well, see you later.